Hello, Dread Knights. How are you all doing today on this Friday? You know what that means. It can only mean one thing. It is our Friday night movie watch along. So, last week we were watching Labyrinth, which is a Jim Henson movie with a lot of interesting puppet special effects and a pretty good story with David Bowie and Jennifer Connelly. This week, however, we are going to be watching another Jim Henson film that actually, I think, came before, if I remember correctly. Labyrinth, that being The Dark Crystal. I've actually never seen The Dark Crystal ever in my life. Would have been way before my time. I think this movie was even released. Yeah, but I've never seen The Dark Crystal. I've heard very good things about it. I don't know anything about the plot whatsoever, the characters, nothing. I'm going completely blind. This is the first time I've ever watched the film. We will be watching the film that doesn't have commercial versions to it. So it's available to rent on various different platforms with every movie watch along. I am not allowed to legally stream the movie. I can only stream my reactions to the movie. So with that being said, you will have to have the movie queued up on your end. Available, let me double check here just for all of you in case you want to queue it up, as well as to give some people time to. There is a free version available on Tubi, right? The Tubi version has commercials. I won't be watching a version that has commercials on it, so if you do watch it that way, there's going to be a little bit of sync issues with you. It's also available for free on Peacock. That's without ads. Pluto TV, I believe, is with ads. Roku channel, probably without ads. YouTube TV, premium subscription. Google Play for free $3.99. Apple TV for free $3.99. Fandango for free $3.99. And Amazon Prime for free $3.99. So those are the ways that's available to watch. Most likely, probably the best way to watch it would be with a Peacock subscription, if you already have one. If not, you'll have to rent it or watch it on one of the free platforms, but that will have commercials. So we're going to start right where it says Universal and MCA Company logo. I'm going to count down from the start of 10 because we are a little bit on time crunch. Yeah, this movie is actually before even I was born, The Dark Crystal. So it was released in 1982. So I wasn't even alive when this film came out. So that's interesting. Anyway, let's count down from 10. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Press play. Alright, so Universal and MCA Company. Nice music already to start with, so that's always a good feeling. Lord Grade presents for ITC Entertainment. A Jim Henson film. Wonder if he directed this film. Okay, so we got like a stormy castle in their world, in their time. So I guess this doesn't take place on Earth. Age of Wonder. The narration's very nice right now. So this was a very prosperous land, apparently. The crystal cracked? So because a crystal cracked, this land become desolate? Interesting. Strife. So there's a lot of turmoil. 2 new races after the world fell apart. Skeksis. Okay. And the Gentle Mystics. Interesting. Ooh. Really good sound design. I had to lower the volume because it was about... The castle. The crystal looks kind of dead. Skeksis to control the castle, so they're the ones that rule the land, I guess? It seems? Interesting. Well, I guess we're gonna get our first look at this first race that they introduced. The Skeksis. Interesting. So the crystal's just floating there? So what are they doing with the crystal? Hard and twisted bars? Twisted well, so they're very evil, I guess we get. That's a good panning shot there. Oh, it looks like it's guys in suit with a little bit of practical special effects. Animatronic faces. Oh, so they're dying. Huh. So very unhappy because they're dying. That's pretty dark. Well, the movie is called The Dark Crystal, right? Okay, so why are they gathering in front of this crystal? Interesting. The way of the Skeksis. What are they trying to? New life from the sun? So how did they replenish themselves in Cheetah? What's the source? The crystal? Their fate? What is he talking about? Oh, so they feed off the Dark Crystal itself. Okay, so we got the title, the Dark Crystal. So I guess the Crystal was corrupted by the Skeksis, which is why it's broken and why the land became desolate. Maybe when the crystal broke, these things became creatures of this world? Okay. So what happens? So they're switching emperors today? So when the sun hits the crystals, what happens to them? This is interesting. Pretty good special effects for 1982. It's like the sunbeam is beaming into all of them. Our conceptual designer, Brian Froud. Director of photography, Oswald Morris. Not familiar with his work. Film editor, Ralph Kemplin. They're like crow vulture-like creatures. I like their design. Production designer, Harry Lange. Their eye effects are interesting. Music by Trevor Jones. Look at that. That one's like very... They're like vultures. Look at that. Beak and beady-eyed. Executive producer David Laser, who made a lot of films. I'm familiar with his work. Screenplay by David Odell. Story by Jim Henson. Who directed the film, now I'm curious. Produced by Jim Henson and Gary Kurtz. Look at that. They're very fixated on this crystal. It's like they're all... Oh, so it was directed by Jim Henson and Frank Oz. Frank Oz is the guy who plays Yoda in the Star Wars films. So that's pretty good. Interesting collective effort between these two. Okay, so the sun is setting. So what happened to the... Did they select their leader? Yes, we heard that already, that the crystal cracked. So far from the crystal, what happened? So the mystics live in a very peaceful land. Interesting. So I guess the mystics and the Skellics don't interact with each other? There's only 10 mystics left? So they're dying too? Maybe because this crystal's corrupted? Hmm. What is he doing? He looks like a shaman. Why is that? The wisest of the mystics lies dying? So there's... So who are they gonna summon? Interesting. They kind of remind me of old school Fraggles design-wise. This would have been before Fraggle Rock, even. Interesting. Notice they're not very different from the Skellics, as I think they were pronounced in this film. See, they're more of a vibrant, non-dying look-like type of vulture. Not vulture, but bird-like creature. It's kind of interesting. Who are they summoning? It's like they're doing some type of shaman cry. Oh, look at that. A Gilfling. Jin? He killed the Skeksis, killed all his family? So he was raised by the mystics, but he's not actually a mystic? Interesting. So what's this prophecy? I like the puppetry effects. It's not very advanced for today's standards, but pretty decent. Look at the hand motions. I like the panning shots. Unlike some other movies that we saw on the channel so far, like Winnie the Pooh Blood and Honey 2, where it's like too much of a pan and shaky cam, this is nice and settling. I like the fact that it's like panning into an even wider shot. So he has to begin a journey? For what? The journey. Chin, does he know that he has to begin the journey, or is he like the unreluctant hero of the story? Looks like he knows his destiny. Oh, he's heading out. Interesting. Yeah, this is classic puppetry, so it's gonna be interesting here how they do this. Because this is not as advanced as Labyrinth, but that's actually a pretty cool walking shot. Maybe a man in suit for that part? Okay. The music design is really good. Cinematography's got some good shots. I like how they're trying to show the scope of the valley, so they went to a wide shot here. The lighting is a nice effect, too, because it makes it look like there's a lightning storm happening. I'm thinking that's a guy in a suit. That didn't look like a puppet leg moving. Let's see how the acting is. His master's dying, I think. He's warning him, Jin. What's gonna happen? Jin's not from their race. Acting's pretty good. Gilfling. The disease. Yeah. The Skeksis. Deeper? How much deeper is the story? This is a really nice shot, too, with the lighting effect. They're using some orange gels from the right side to create the simulation sun gels. Is this, like, orange plastic that you put on lights. I like how they, for each shot, the lighting is exactly hitting their faces in the angle of where the sun would be. A little too many cuts, though, personally, for me. I feel like we don't need this many cuts in the film. Crystal shard. So they have it? So you just gotta put the crystal shard back with the dark crystal? Oh no, that's not the shard. I thought he was gonna manifest it for him. Free sun, so he only has how much days to do this? Skeksis roofer. That's a good question. Where is this crystal? I don't think he knows, does he? Okra? The greater sun for a day? Okra? She knows all, so she has to meet up with a female character of some sort. Interesting. Well, this Gelfling's gonna grow up pretty fast. A long time ago. I guess he thought he had more time to tell his destiny. It's gonna be interesting. So they're gonna meet again in the future. They're talking about reincarnation. It's reincarnation, so they're gonna meet in the afterlife, I guess. Or maybe when the world is reborn, perhaps, if the hero's good. Like, saves the day. Some really nice lighting in the scene. He's dead. He told them everything before he died. Well, Master would have been like his father figure, right? His paternal figure, since his family had been killed by the Skeksis. Alright, meanwhile, in the evil Dark Crystal Castle, what's going on here? Looks like they're using actual animated background for the sky, which is an interesting choice for special effect. These guys are definitely man in suits with animatronic heads. The lighting effect here, though, is pretty good, too. I like how they're just kind of having the light beam from the side, like the moonlight. That's usually done with a DMI light, as it's called. Interesting. Do they actually talk, or they just hiss at each other? Oh, they do talk. Okay. Interesting. These definitely are like... They look like corrupted versions of the Mystics in a way, right? Definitely this vulture-like essence to them, which is very creepy and unsettling, which I think is what they were trying to go for in terms of direction. Interesting. Did they pick their leader, I wonder, because they were saying they had to decide a new leader. Interesting. Their puppetry is really cool looking. I like their outfit design, too. Is their leader dying on the deathbed, too? Oh, okay, so they gotta pick a new leader, too. So it's funny how one of the Mystics is dying and one of the Skeksis is dying. So they're bowing. These people, this particular race seems a little bit more brainless. Oh, look at that. He's ready to kill him even still. Look at that. He's not willing to give up the throne just yet. What? Well, the voices are in this. He's still Emperor for not long, though. This is cool. Look at that puppetry effect. You can tell that he's dying. Like, he's just being emancipated. His skin tone is even more pale. Oh, he's dying. I feel like he hammed it up a little bit there for the performance of the former Emperor. So who's going to take over now? That's the real question. Are they going to fight for the throne? Whoever grabs it first is the leader? How is it decided who becomes the next one? Oh crap, look at him. He's withering into dust. That's creepy. The other one just died. This one withered away. Wow. It's a little much. Wow, they wanted to show, like, the punishment of death, I guess, for being evil. You're not getting a nice little afterlife. It's like you just become deprecated, I guess, would be maybe the best terminology to use. Is he still alive, or is he dead? Well, you better get going if he's dead. Yeah, he's dead. Oh, he's fading away too. Okay, interesting parallels. One seems to fade into the light, and the other one's kind of like crumble into the darkness. I like that parallel between good and evil. That's actually really, really nice. I'd say pretty good overall right there in terms of that special effect. That was pretty nice. I like that nice subtlety. Okay, he faded away. I guess he's gonna have to continue his mission now. Are they playing him out? He better go to his mission. Okay, good. Let's see here, playing the harp. This, you could tell the contrast. Mystics are very loving and take care of people. Wow, even their belongings go to the afterlife? That's kind of cool. Yeah, they got sent Jin. He does got a very dangerous quest ahead. That's a cool shot. So, the hero has accepted his destiny and is going to head off into danger and try to be the bravest he can. I like that. That's a lovely shot where the character walks into the wide shot. You don't see that too often these days. Interesting. The music, sound design, very good. The waterfalls there, the rocks. You could tell, like, the sound design here with the music, the score, there's a very mythic type of feel to the movie. Very, like, it's serene, but there's a journey going on. I like the use of wide shots. It's very bold to have this many wide shots in a film. That might have been a man in a suit walking down the hill. I don't think they would have used the puppet effect for that, because it would have been too hard to try to get a puppet to actually work. Okay, so the Skeksis again. So what are they going to do without an emperor? Who's going to be decided as the new emperor? Yeah, so who's going to choose the emperor? It's going to probably be the most vile and evil of them all. They're going to conspire against each other, perhaps? It's going to be a fight, yeah, I suppose. Move. Say they're all going to plot against each other to try to become the emperor. Interesting. Maybe we'll get introduced to the big baddie who already took the scepter and is the emperor. Because it feels like how this plot's gonna go here. Look at that one in the background with the glowing, like, eye. Can't, what? He's just gonna pick it up and declare himself the emperor? Ooh. They're gonna fight for the scepter? Oh, that big one's very, very evil. It looks like he's gonna kill him. Challenge? What is he gonna challenge him to it? Trial by stone? What does that mean? They're gonna fight with stones? Wow, they're gonna fight each other for it. Look at that. What are those creatures? Are they their slaves? So how are they gonna chamber by stone? Look at these poor things. They're emancipated. Actual slaves there. Maybe that's some of Jin's kind and they've been mistreated? Interesting. Another wide shot. A lot of wide shots in this film. I guess I want to show, like, the scope of the set. This is definitely man in suit, as well as, like, animatronics. So how are they going to do this trial by stone? I like how the score says, like, oh, they're going to fight with swords? They're actually going to swing these swords? But I thought they were trial by stone. Shouldn't it be trial by steel? Well, they're fighting each other, so we'll know who's going to win this one. They're playing like a battle dance right now. Let's see what happens here. They're not moving very quickly, though. Ooh, look at that guy. Whimpering worm. He's going to do everything. I think this whimpering worm is probably going to be able to survive, maybe. Is he going to duck? Oh, he couldn't break the stone. Oh, they don't fight each other. They cut the stone. Whoever could swing the blade and cut the stone, I guess, wins? Or, I guess, creates a spark of some sort? So, he's got to do the same thing, right? So let's see what he's going to do. Oh, he's got a battle cry. Bigger dent in it. Oh, they're fighting for dents in the stone. Whoever makes the bigger dent is the Emperor. Okay, okay. So let's see. How many swings do they get, though? I wonder. We don't really know the rules of this clash. He's gonna swing it up. Okay. Oh, he cut the whole stone off. Yeah, I think he lost. Well, I guess the most evil and vile of them won. Like, what else could the Earp one do against that stone, right? So he's declared himself the Emperor. Unless the R1 kills him, right? I suppose that's one way. Oh, they're gonna kill him. Well, that's bad. Oh, so they kill people by law. If you challenge and you fail, the price is death. That's crazy. Whoa, this is a very brutal society. Are they ripping him apart? Oh my goodness, what are they doing to him? They're ripping his clothes off, first of all. So what happens to him now? Are they gonna rip him apart? It looks like they're gonna start... Let him go? They're gonna banish him? So they stripped him of his clothes and garments, but spared him his life? I wonder if this is gonna be a plot point. He's the new Emperor. Interesting. Wow. Talk about gruesome. I mean, this poor thing is, like, stripped nude. Talk about being embarrassed, alright? Somebody gonna grab the blade, too? He's got a bill. Well, I guess he's gotta leave, right? He's the Chamberlain. Uh-oh, what's going on? He heard something. It was like some type of warning or signal? Why is the crystal making its movement? Why is it calling to them, I wonder? Well, the Chamberlain was banished, so, like, he has no stake in this anymore, right? Interesting. Is that third Chamberlain gonna... I guess I gotta pick a new Chamberlain, too, right? Hmm. Why is the crystal calling to them? Maybe because it's corrupted, and it knows that somebody's gonna come to try to repair itself? Okay, so what's going on? Oh, it's showing them that somebody's coming. So they're surprised that there's still one left of the race? Oh, so they're afraid of this Jin character. So they're gonna go attack them? Are they gonna attack them? What is that? Is that a beetle creature? What is that? That is freaking cool of a special effect. Is it a scarab? Oh, that's freaking cool, I can't lie. That's a nice special effect. That looks really cool. Okay, so they're gonna go after Jin. Wow, look at how many of them there are. So they have creatures that do their bidding for them. So that one poor guy, he's gonna have to fight these scarab creatures. I like how they did their leg effects. It gives them their very insectoid-like presence to them. Even though it's like a combination, again, of man in suits. A little bit of, like, puppetry mixed in there, too. Not really animatronics for them. So that's kind of cool. So this character, is he gonna betray everybody? It kind of feels like he would. He's grinning, I wonder. Maybe he's gonna go against his kind. That'd be interesting. Look at that. It gives up their location everywhere, huh? So the Skelix, they apparently have, like, surveillance with crystals all over the place. Can show his position. That's interesting. Why does the Dark Crystal not want to be whole again? I wonder. What could it possibly not want to be restored? Oh, poor guy, he doesn't even have, like, a sword to fight himself with. Oh, what are these? These are creatures? Yeah, I was thinking the same thing. What in the world here? It is a pretty weird place. That's for certain. Algren, so he's got to find her. Greater Center Day. Look at those. They're like insect-like creatures too. That's a good question. Those are, yeah, insect-like things. Well, I guess they wouldn't be able to communicate. Murders Giflings. I'm kind of surprised. Uh-oh, he got caught in a trap. Poor Jin. He's got very, I don't know how I'd call it. Elf-like features to him. Oh crap, what is that? An eye. Who the hell is that? That's a cool effect too for its time for practical special effects. Wait, what the hell? He could pop his eyes in and out whenever he wants? Well, it's only one eye. Oh, this guy looks creepy. Yeah, he is. He's surprised to see one of his kind. Surprised to see one. Oh, that's some good voice acting there. I like the effects on this guy, too. He's very creepy and unsettling. Very old type of... Who's that? Why is he afraid of the mystics? This character's actually a female. It's like a witch type of hag type of thing. No. Maybe, maybe not. Oh, so it is her. The shard. She's not gonna give the card, right? The shard, excuse me. Look at the lighting here. This is really good lighting. So it's a witch. Basically a witch character. That's kind of cool. Wow, look how much bigger in scale. That's kind of cool. I like how Jin is clearly just a puppet, right? Moving around. And then we have these other characters that are like man in suits with like animatronic effects to them. I think that's so cool. It's a nice contrast in styles. Do the special effects hold up as well in today's standards? Not as well, but... You know, movie that's in 82. 82 would have been using still a lot of effects from the 70s, right? Give or take, so... Oh, he's looking for the crystal. Where did the other character go? Oh! Look at this! He's got like a whole planetarium thing here. Look at the shape, the scale of this. I like how much use of wide shots there are in this film. Because it wants to give you the sense of, like, everything is big and grandeur. So it's nice here, too. That's a nice lighting effect. You can see that they're trying to simulate that the sun was shining on his face. Nice use of practical special effects. Ooh, jump scare. I was expecting that. Yeah, he wants to know what it's for. Yeah, what is it over there? Yes. Yes, the audience wants to know. That's a nice way of breaking the fourth wall and having the audience want to know. That's cool. Okay. How to know when what? So you're an astronomer? Stars? Okay. The angle of eternity. Interesting. How's what coming? So make a prediction, okay. Interesting. She was there? How did you survive everything? So when the crystals cracked and those two races existed, like the narration from the beginning of the movie. Look at this. That's some really good effect. So I think what they're doing with that character is it's a mix of man in suit and then for close-up shots, puppetry. Yeah, that's definitely what it is. It's puppetry mixed with man in suits, depending on the shot they need. Like, that shot's a man in suit. But look at the close-up here. That's puppetry. That is such a cool way to do it. All the same, so... What type of change? Wow, so what's gonna happen then? Why would you keep the crystal in plain sight like that? I don't get it. That's man in suit, and then it'll switch man in suit again. And then when it gets to a close-up, it switches to puppet shots. That's man in suit there. Puppet shot. Okay, cool. Oh, more than one shard. So you need all these shards to put it together? Don't know. So how are you be able to determine which one it is? Why don't you know that? Ooh, this character's creepy and wise at the same time. So how's he gonna be able to do this? Is Destiny gonna choose the crystal for him? Maybe they're all the right answer for all we know. Or is it gonna speak to him? Is the crystal gonna call out to him? I wonder. How's he gonna be able to figure this one out? He has no help. Yep, that's what we said. One of these three? He has to hurry and make a decision. Good question. Is he going back to his training, or the Mystic somehow going to help him figure out what it is? He's going to use training. But that's why they had the flute from the beginning of the movie playing it. Okay, cool. That was a good reason. They kind of gave that to us subtly. It's the middle one. Ah, that's kind of cool. The flute actually had a purpose from the beginning, very first shot in the movie. Cool. It's the middle one. He finally figured it out. Yeah, no one did tell him that. Uh-oh. There's the scarab creatures. You better take the crystal and run. Look at them. They're ready to throw down. Oh, I would not want to fuck around and find out with these guys. Definitely not. Take that crystal and hightail it out of here. Oh, look at that. Look how menacing they are. Oh, they're not going to leave. They're probably going to kill the character. Oh, man, that's bad. Run, man, run. He ducked. Okay. You better hightail it out of there. Because if not, he's going to be killed. Run, Jin, run. Oh, look at this. The whole place is set on fire now. They're destroying the places. Wow. I didn't realize how loud this movie gets at the point. So we're getting kind of like into the climax. Oh, he jumped through. That was smart. But what are they going to do with Olgrid, though? They destroyed everywhere. Is that going to be enough for them? Did she throw something at them? Her whole home's been destroyed. He's gonna have to... Wow, what is he gonna do? He's all alone in this world here. He doesn't have an ally to rely on whatsoever. He's just traversing this destiny, you know, alone. Do you think she died in the blaze? Okay. R.I.P. I don't think she makes it out of there. Oh, what is he doing? The former Chamberlain's following him. Why is he so interested? I wonder, is he gonna join up with Jin and be like the unlikely ally? The sun setting there, that's an actual nice effect. I think that's a matte, though. You know, painted background that they would throw up. Well, the Mystics are still walking around. Is this like the new leader of the Mystics? Seems like it. Time for what? They're gonna go to the castle with them? So Jin's naturally alone. The Mystics are gonna go traverse that way, too. So is it gonna be a battle between the Mystics and the Skellics? The creatures that were created between the crystal being shattered? Interesting. Nice white shot again. Matte painted background to make it look like that's actual more mountains than there really are on the set. This was all done in a studio, clearly. So I wonder what the budget on this film was, because a lot of this type of practical effects being used in a studio where you have to create all these type of sets, because you can't do it like in the real world, and all these puppetries, this must have been quite a penny. Especially back in 1982 when this movie was made. This is before my time period. Interesting. Look at that. Okay, that's like an animated bug effect. It's like a rat type. Oh, look at that! I didn't think that was an actual creature that was going to eat it. That's cool. Some of the special effects would, I guess today's standards might be a little bit outdated, but I have a great appreciation for practical special effects. I think the last time they really used them was in The Thing 2013, the prequel one, even though they call it a remake, it's not a remake. Where, and then, you know, it's a travesty about that film in particular, that they put CGI over the practical effects, despite the fact that the whole movie was shot with practical effects instead. Okay, so he's trying to figure out what he's gonna do. Oh, it's got a parallel to the Lord of the Rings in a way now. Oh, it's giving him a vision? What's he supposed to do? Oh, so one of the creatures broke it in the beginning, and that's how this whole thing started? So this shard was broken from it? How did it get so far away from the Dark Crystal Tomb? Yeah, this doesn't seem good. He has a lot of inner monologues. Just kind of an interesting storytelling device. That's a nice low-level shot, the way they're doing it. They have the camera very low to the ground, so that they can give it, like, Jin's sense of being actually truly small on this set. That's nice. That's a really nice set. The panning shot is kind of cool, too, because it's kind of showing that he's traversing through this type of forest. Some person hiding in the trees. There's some really good cinematography in this film. So definitely from a cinematographer standpoint, a lot of nice shots, a lot of nice lighting direction, some good close-up there. That's an interesting close-up because you can see from his eyes the way he's shifting back and forth. He's kind of sensing there's something not there, a little bit kind of scared. Sensing nothing's... He found the footprint. It's a nice little touch. The footprint probably matches one of his footprints too, right? Listen to the ambient sound too. Just kind of giving you this unsettling of you don't know what's necessarily going to happen. The silence of the forest where all we can do is hear like the sounds of animals moving. So it might throw them off, it might not. These are really good storytelling devices by a director. He thinks it's coming through there, but is that the right answer? Ooh, what the hell's that? That's a jump scare. Thing looks quite wild. Ooh, that thing's not happy. Oh, look at that. It looks like one of his people, perhaps. Oh. Looks like maybe a female version of him. A lady friend, perhaps. Jin is moving up in the world. Yeah, it is. It's a female. Female of his kind. I thought he was the last one. Huh? She doesn't speak his language? Or is she just hard to understand? More cool. Okay, she does speak English. It was hard. I had to loud her up, but it's just hard to understand. So they were both the last of their kind. They can repopulate everywhere. Oh, wow. Are they gonna fall in love? Interesting. So they're sharing each other's story of what happened to them. So she got... Her mom put her in a tree. Oh, no. The monsters killed her. Oh, so the mystics saved him. And then she went somewhere. Oh, notice those creatures. Those were like the slaves. Interesting. They're spiritually linked. Oh, okay. So you notice those slave creatures that were in the Dark Crystal Castle with the skeletons? That race raised her. Interesting. The podlings is what they're called. Interesting. This is a nice story device here. We got to know a lot of information just by them linking each other's mind. So now they're going to have a lot of mutual admiration for each other. Interesting. But they're not family. Not their friends. Not their own kind. Interesting. And now they know each other. He's in quicksand. That creature's not gonna help, is it? What is she doing? That's a nice shot, too. She able to control the environment? Is that what she learned from the podlings? Oh, that's cool. That's good effect. Nice puppetry there, too. What is that? It's a toad? An embry? So she's in tune with nature itself. That's kind of cool. She can talk to it. Kara. Interesting name. Interesting, so they dream fested. That's how interesting. Is that creature her creature too? She can talk to creatures. Interesting. Oh, that creature doesn't like her and probably feels threatened by that. Okay. I guess, suppose. Nervous about what? Skeksis. So they're gonna run? Where are they? Are they gonna go together? They're gonna team up? What about the poor bullfrog? Why are you trying to square up with a bullfrog? That's a really bad idea, little guy. That bullfrog is ready to tell you fuck around and find out, put you in place, right? So those are the podlings that have been enslaved. Oh boy, there's like a big banquet here at the Skeksis dinner table. Like they're I guess celebration for the new emperor, I suppose. Shouldn't these things be doing more than just standing around? Because how do you know if the scarabs are actually doing their job? Ooh. Look at how evil this race is. They don't even share food with each other. Interesting. What is that? Oh, it's another one of them. They're definitely like degenerate type creatures, that's for sure. This one's got like a more vulture-like appearance to itself. Interesting. What's gonna happen now? Oh, it's biting like... Yeah, that's gross. They don't have very good table manners, that's for sure. Interesting shot. These are more play it safe shots, but I think... Well, that shot's not play safe. That's low to the ground because they want you to know that that creature's like a table bottom feeder. That's another wide shot. It's interesting how many wide shots they've chose to put into this film. I don't see usually in this day and age that many wide shots. It's a medium shot with those two. Yeah, it has escaped. Interesting. But you haven't really done much as an emperor, right? Eating entrails or something? They're gluttony. Gluttons. Yeah, gross. I guess they really want you to know how... not even degenerate, I suppose, but how primitive of a race they are. He's drinking just from the bowl like that? That's random. I don't know if the scene really needs to be in the film. Feels like it's just padding the runtime out right now. So we could get to something like truly important, per se. Oh, look at that. What are those? Ew, it's like you're eating like bottom feeder type things. That's a nice effect too. They're like furry roaches, perhaps? I don't even know what to say on that one. That's a nice shot. Not bad at all. Oh, he clawed him on the table, that's what happened. Say they came back, those scarab creatures, but they came empty-handed. How many of them are there? Only two? What happened to the rest of them? Did Olgrid take them out? That's a nice effect too, the way they have the legs crawling a little. Oh, they caught Olgrid! So she's just gonna be their prisoner now, I guess. Unless they kill her. Uh-oh. He's enraged by that. Uh-oh. Yeah, that's not a good feeling at all. They're not gonna let her go, right? They're probably... They're lizards? Lizards? Actual lizards? I thought they were birds. They look more like birds to me. Okay, that's a man in suit hitting there. I like how they switch between her walking around man in suit and puppetry effect. Like, that's a puppet effect there. Those might be puppets on the far right-hand corner, too. Interesting. Yeah, that's definitely puppet right there. She's being really mean to them. Lord of the Crystal. Not for long. She's using the prophecy to scare them. Interesting. I don't know if that's going to work for them. Like the worms. Are they gonna imprison her? I guess it would make the most sense, right, guys? I think it would make the most sense. Alright, they're gonna go land sea and air against them now. They sent, like, bat creatures now, too? This movie's got everything, right? Definitely want it, like, dark and brooding, but that does... Skeklinks, I guess that's how you pronounce them. They don't really do any of the dirty work. Like, they have everybody else doing it. So if they fail as a race, it's because they're fucking lazy. And Kira and Jin, they're definitely getting better acquainted with each other. It was like love at first sight for them, really, truly. Oh, so that little creature's coming with them. That's an interesting choice. He's gonna play the food for her. This is very reminiscent of The Little Mermaid in a way, even though this would predate The Little Mermaid. They're like on the raft there. She's serenading, he's playing his flute. I guess it's kind of director choice to show that they're like a match made in heaven for each other. Perhaps. I don't know. Be interesting what happens here. Okay, so that's a nice wide shot. They really like wide shots in this film. Jim Henson was a fan of the wide shot. I'm not knocking the choices because it makes a lot of sense because he's trying to tell you that this land is vast and big by showing those wide shots. Oh. Well, that's an interesting effect. How does she know what that is? What's she gonna do? She's gonna throw something at it? She's brave. Ooh. How does she know about that? Crystal bat. Oh, interesting. How does she know so much, though? Oh, I did see them. Because look, the bat was able to look up, I think. Yep, it looked up. They know their location now. That's gonna be bad for them. Yep, they know their movements now. Notice how the musical scores like they're in danger. The Mystics are moving. They're very slow moving now. I wonder if they're gonna get there by the time the climax of this film happens, because they're definitely, I don't say a snail's pace, but it's definitely a much slower pace. Alright, let's see. We got Kira and Jin looking for the Force. Yeah, they are the people from... So the podlings took her in. They're her clan. Oh, they talk too? So why don't the Erwins in the place talk? So they're gonna be friendly with him too, I guess? Interesting, they're gonna have like a celebration of sorts. Do they have time for that though? Wow, the podlings know how to party. Look at that. Look at that, playing the flutes and a good big banquet. Do they have time for this though? And what's gonna happen? Maybe the Skeksis will attack this area, I'm guessing. They can't waste too much time. You know, this kind of reminds me of the celebration scenes that I've seen in Star Wars. But it's funny, this movie would came before Return of the Jedi with the Ewoks, so maybe Return of the Jedi loosely inspired by this? Interesting. What did they say? So it looks like there's some type of pot that's coming, maybe a feast? Or some water? Ew, why is it in there? That's nasty. Definitely don't want to drink from that water. Alright, let's see what happens now. He's chewing on something. They're dancing around. Everybody seems happy. Like, not a care in the world. He's telling her about the crystal. What does that mean, though? So she's telling him the whole story. Look at that. Super primitive. The mom is like, don't interrupt those two. They're starting to fall for each other. That's a nice effect there, too. Nice practical puppetry. He doesn't even know. Yeah, he doesn't know his purpose. They want them to dance. Well, you can't say no. They were very hospitable to them. Yeah, this is so reminiscent of a lot of the celebrations and song and dance in Star Wars Return of the Jedi, Episode 6. A lot of... Well, remember, Frank Oz directed this, right? So Frank Oz would have already been in Return of the Jedi. Because I think Return of the Jedi probably was filmed before this, if anything, then released. So... Interesting how some of the influences of Return of the Jedi, even though the film would have released after this film, are present in this movie. Oh, yep, the scarab things found them. Well, that's bad. This whole civilization's done now. They better run. Man. everything the Skelligs touch, they just completely destroy and lay waste to. That's so unfortunate. So unfortunate. That's not good for them. It's really bad. What's gonna happen? Oh, look at that. Nice effect with the jump scare there, too. Well, Kara can't do much to save them. Just gonna have to run at this point, right? Oh, wow, they were the little guys. The pod... What were they called again? Podlings? They're trying to fight back. Oh, he hit with the crystal. Why did he use the crystal there? Did he summon the Mystics? Are the Mystics just following the trail of the crystal itself? Well, that's it for the Podling Society. Hopefully none of them get enslaved like the other ones. And I think these scarabs are just here to, you know what, take out the Giftlings. That's so bad. Poor them. They lost their whole society because of these creatures. Oh crap, they're gonna enslave them? They just took some of them? Are they gonna kill them? Yeah, they're enslaving them. That's so sad. More of the Podlings are going. Her whole family, the ones that took them in, the ones that adopted them, and now they're all gonna be taken away. That's so sad. Definitely want to show you that these creatures are menacing. Uh-oh. He spotted them. They better run. Wait. The Chamberlain blocked them? Why? Why is the Chamberlain helping them? That's so interesting. Why is he working with them? Why is he helping them? Is he trying to conspire with them? Has he got his own agenda still? I wonder. Interesting. He basically helped them, but why? For revenge, maybe? It's gonna be an interesting subplot that where it's gonna be probably play itself out throughout the rest of the movie. Which we got like an 43 minutes left in the film? Okay. How does she know so much about nature? That's the one thing I want to know. Did the Podlings teach her everything? Or Podlings one with nature? It's one thing I wish they kind of developed a little bit more. Skeksis. Oh, boy. What's gonna happen? Yeah, he feels like everywhere he goes, he causes trouble. He's gonna feel down in the dumps because of the crystal. Oh, boy. Don't throw it away! You just made it worse, man. That's your destiny. You can't throw it away. You can't look behind your destiny. Oh, he's hurt. But throwing that crystal away, that's not gonna be good. But she's trying to comfort him. See, she doesn't hate him for that. She really loves him, clearly. I think he's starting to fall for her a little bit, too. But the crystal, you threw it away. Hopefully go and find that crystal again, because it's your destiny. You gotta save the world, bro. He's a reluctant hero, right? But he knows what he must do in order to save the world, right? Being a hero is never an easy job, right? Oh, this kind of... I wonder... They're like laying next to each other very romantically. I think they've definitely fallen for each other. They probably haven't consummated the relationship, though. He does care. Well, she cares about him, clearly. It's an interesting story dynamic, to say the very least. Safe where, though? She loves him, it's obvious. Just based on the way she's talking to him, the gentle tone, the gaze. Interesting puppetry effects, too, that they're able to convey that many human emotions. Very good. So they're at the ruins. What about the crystal that you threw? Hazards of the old one. He threw the crystal, and it just so happened that the crystal led him to the next area he has to go to. See, he can't hide from fate, no matter what he does. Is she gonna pick up the crystal? Yeah. Pick up the shard. You gotta. Interesting, interesting. Why don't you go in there anymore? Bad hat things? What type of bad things? Oh, he found the temple to his people. They're gonna discover their race, whatever's left, which is probably nobody. Maybe they'll be able to find something to be able to fight with, right? Something at least to protect themselves. I like how you notice the vines on the ruins, giving that old abandoned type of vibe. That's nice. in terms of how they just put the setting that way. The sun shining on top of her head, signaling it's morning. That's good lighting effect too. There, a lot of good direction here. Frank Oz and Jim Henson did a really amazing job. Kind of leads me to question if a lot more influence from Frank Oz in this film in terms of direction. That's a nice transition from shot to shot. 1 minute she's standing, the next minute she's sitting. Oh, there's like some wall writing here. So he's gonna find out what he has to do here. Cool. Nice foreshadowing, storytelling. Yeah. Can they understand it? Can they decipher it? Word. Oh, he could read it. Good. So what is he gonna do? Shall be home. Ah, so the races are split. Oh, I get it. So the two races that split from the crystal, it's yin and yang, good and evil. They split from the crystal. They're acid. Okay, cool. I get it. They're cooking in the story. They're cooking. Oh. Wait. He's trying to be. He's not like them. He's a friend. Prophecy caused all the trouble. Why, though? Why did they fear Giftling? Friend now? It might be a trick. That's so cool, puppetry effect. He has to make peace. He wants to set things right. Oh! So when that Skeksis went to grab the scepter originally, I think he was trying to maybe make things right? Interesting. But what do you got to lose? No? Oh, they're gonna run away? Just trying to help them. Yes. Please make peace. That's all he wants. So maybe he was the only good Skeksis, which is why he went to go grab the scepter, because he wanted to lead them into a place of peace. Interesting. That's an interesting subplot. Because remember, it didn't look like it was too threatening, that character, from the very beginning. It looked very like the Chamberlain was very peaceful of its race. What is this? How is she able to summon all these creatures? Did the podlings teach her? That's the one thing we really don't know. It's interesting how both of them need each other, because, like, he's good in terms of the mystics teaching, and she's good because of the podlings teaching. Are they gonna ride on those things? Seems like it would be kind of cruel to use them as horses. So they're gonna ride it? Oh, come on, isn't that a little rude? Those poor morph creatures look like they can barely hold themselves body weight. Where are they going? They're gonna go to the castle? She wants to. Ah, she really does care about him. Is that creature gonna go with them too, or is he gonna stay behind? So she's gonna leave him behind. Well, look at that! How big his mouth opens up there. That's a cool puppet effect too. I kind of like that puppet. It's a nice little design too. Okay, it jumped up. Cool. Do they go fast? They don't look like they would go pretty fast considering. Ah, I stand corrected. Nice wide shot. Again, they love wide shots in this film. The only problem with that wide shot in particular is that you kind of, for today's standards, it kind of gives away the fact that that's just puppetry moving around. So that's a little bit better in terms of the scope, depending on the camera shot, but the wide shot, the initial one, didn't make it look very believable in terms of the special effects. That one's a better shot, so they should have stuck to those type of things. Okay, cool. The music, again, sound design, letting you know that this is like an epic journey that they're about to embark on. And then it switches to very subtle ambience, dark types of sounds in the castle. Very, very well directed. Very, very well directed film right now. Okay, let's see. What's going on here? Little podling. Interesting. Huh. What it's... Oh, man. It's putting a shackle on them? Wait, they're draining their blood from them? Are you serious? Oh my goodness, that's barbaric. That's why the ones look so pale. They drain their life from them. Their very life force, which I'm assuming is their blood. That's crazy. What a barbaric race. Uh-oh. What's gonna happen? Those poor creatures. Their identity is gonna be... Their souls are gonna be sucked from them. Wow, for a primitive creature, they're very advanced in terms of their... Oh, shit. Look at that shot. That shot's good at giving children nightmares back then. That shot. That's why in the Chucky TV series in season 2, when Chucky's staring at a screen with the eyes open, I'd never understood where that was a reference from. It must have been a reference from the Dark Crystal. Holy crap, look at that. Slowly becoming a man. Oh shit, that'll give you nightmares. I'm an adult and this scene's kind of like very creepy and unsettling. They drink the essence, the blood of these people? That's how they stay alive? Holy crap. Look at this poor fig. Holy shit, that guy, that's... How does that not give children nightmares back in the 80s? That would have given me nightmares as an adult. That's what happens when you look at brain rot videos on TikTok right there. So that's how the Emperor stays alive, by drinking the essence of these people, maybe? To prolong their lives, perhaps? Will it make you young? Huh. Interesting. Oh, it does actually. He drains the life essence to drink their life essence to make him whole again. That's crazy, man. That was a nice special effect, too. Is he gonna hug him? No, he's celebrating. Okay. Interesting, interesting. He feels more young and vibrant. What happened? Is that only temporary? Oh, it's temporary! Uh-oh, you're gonna get in trouble. He's gonna beat you up. It wasn't a fraud for a while, right? Maybe the effects aren't permanent. Oh, he's gonna kill him. Maybe? It always works, but why didn't it work this time? When you use gafflings. Oh, interesting. Oh, she got imprisoned too? Well, that poor creature got its life force drained, though. They'll never be able to get it back. Interesting. They're on their way. I thought these things were fast. They don't look as fast anymore. Oh, because they're close to the castle. The scarabs are coming. Are they going to save their people? They could just cut them off at the... Be a hero, right? No? Yeah, better save them. Yeah, they have to save, right? It's just something they should do, right? It's the right thing to do, right? Okay. Getting close to the climax of the film. I have 30 minutes left. Ooh! She's brave. Saved them, yes. Okay, so what is he going to do with them, though? How are you going to take out those scarabs? There's not really a way to take them out. Oh, with the mounts. Okay, cool, cool, that's fine. I didn't think those mounts were that brave. I take back everything I said about those creatures. They're not weaklings at all. I guess that just goes to show you, don't judge a book by its cover, right? Sometimes it's better, sometimes it's... You know what? They're like mosquito-type creatures, right? Okay, so get them out. So they're gonna fight each other? Are they like rival bug things? The mosquitoes versus the scarabs. Cool, cool. I didn't realize they were mosquitoes. Oh. Oh, they killed each other, that's for sure. They just went off the cliff. There's only 2 of them. Like, what? 2 against 1 is not a good fight. It took out a couple, but it's gonna go down in the fight too. Oh, boy. Yeah, I couldn't fight fate. Okay, so I managed to free the people. But how are they gonna be able to take care of those scarab creatures? There's nobody else to help. Ah. They're being pushed to the cliff. That's not good. How are they gonna be able to outsmart them, maybe? She ran down the cliff? Does she have wings? How does she have wings? This is a very interesting plot device. Does she actually have wings, or did she make, like, wings? Like a glider? She has a parachute? Why don't you have wings? So the female of them have wings? That's just a random... That's a random hat pull right out of your rear end there. So the women of his race have wings. To give them, like, an angelic presence, perhaps? Interesting. That was a little too convenient of a plot device out of nowhere. I don't know how I feel about that. So they're gonna go in through the drainage to the castle? Why don't you want to go in? Maybe she's afraid? She's gonna go in anyway? Oh, he's still tailing them. Is he gonna work with them, or is he gonna betray them, I wonder? No one really knows per se what's gonna go on here, right? Okay, interesting. I don't know if you could trust him as a character. That's the one thing that I'm not quite sure of. Part of me wants to trust him because I think maybe that's the plot point from the beginning of the film, that he was trying to, like, change how the Skelligs operate. I mean, in theory, if they were two races split from the crystal and they were eventually maybe one race, maybe there's part of him that's good still inside that evil version of that race, right? You know? Maybe looking for their half. There's a lot of interesting directorial messages in this film, just even in the writing. You know, even storytelling-wise, like, interesting what Jim Henson was trying to convey. And the one thing about Jim Henson that a lot of people don't know about is Jim Henson himself kind of struggled with, not really identity, but he did, because remember, Jim Henson created all these characters like Kermit the Frog and the Muppets, and he created the characters from Fraggle Rock, the Dark Crystal, Labyrinth, you know. I think I remember they said that Jim Henson at times struggled with mental health. So it's interesting. It's usually the most talented individuals are always the ones that are mostly conflicted. So is he really going to help them, I wonder? He really is pushing this peace thing. He won't trust them. Yeah, they're not going to trust them, right? No, don't hit him. He's bleeding. He's bleeding too. Oh, see, I was right about the theory that those are, like, different versions. They're like yin and yang. They both exist one way. Oh, he's gonna kill him now because of that. Man. Well, I mean, he got mad at them. He tried to help them, and when he hurt them, it completely changed them. Poor Jin. Is Jin gonna be able to survive that? I don't think so. Oh, Kira's gonna be dragged away. Hopefully she doesn't die. No choice. Uh-oh. So he rejoined his people now, I guess, I suppose. That part of goodness in him is completely gone now. All because of an act of violence. They should have tried to work with him. When the Chamberlain's here again. Oh, I brought a Gelfling with them. Uh-oh. Why are they so afraid of her? They're literally running away from her, like if she was like an evil threat that could actually kill them just by squaring up. Wow, they're completely terrified, but why? They're screaming help. I don't understand why they would be so afraid of them. Look how much larger they are. Emperor's just looking on confused. None of them have names either, no individuality. It's like a hive-like mind and mentality here. So is Chamberlain going to use her to get back into the good graces of their society? Interesting. So he's double-crossing now? Interesting. He betrayed them. Interesting. Why are they gonna kill her? What's gonna happen here? Oh, they're gonna try to kill her. That's not good. Is he gonna go against the prophecies? Oh, they're gonna train her of her essence. That's gonna be bad. And she can't do anything. And the Chamberlain's not got any power here or pull, so what's gonna happen? They're very, very dumb. Very, very dumb creatures, that's for certain. Okay. Let's see here. What's gonna go on? Oh, he got back in good graces with them now because of that? What a leech, what a traitor. He was two-faced. I trusted him too, man. I was like, maybe he really was gonna turn over a new leaf, and I guess you can't trust him. Maybe Jin was right. Speaking of Jin, what has befallen our poor hero here? It doesn't seem like much, right? Okay. There's no one to help him, and that poor creature can't, like, get him out of the rocks, right? So, we'll have to see what's gonna happen here. Alright, let's... Oh, she left her eye on the table? That's kind of crude. How did she poke her eye? Oh, she put the eye on the table that way. Okay, okay. Remember, that was a plot device from a while back. She could put her eye... Oh, she's gonna get her essence drained. That's gonna be sad. She's gonna die. That's unfortunate, man. Oh, no. She's gotta break free, and there's nobody that can save her now. Well, she's gonna die, I guess. That's so sad. I kinda liked Kira as a character for this film. Uh-oh. There goes the crystal. That's not gonna be good for her. Oh, look at that. She knows the fear in her eyes right there. The fact that the puppet's pulling back, just the way, the body language, the eye movement there, the stare, the gaze. Oh, she's done. Oh, look at that. It's over for her. I wonder if she's able to resist. Probably not. My guess is probably... most likely not. Oh, her essence is slowly dripping. Aw, she's done, man. That's so sad. Oh, he's sensing her thing. Fight, yes. She's gotta fight it. How's she gonna fight it? She could call the animals? Oh, how does she know her? She's like a super wise sage, like... She's... What creatures is she gonna be able to summon? Are they gonna break through their cage? That's kinda cool. Are they? Wow, they're gonna break through the cage. She's gonna save herself. Okay, cool. Why is she able to contact and commune with creatures? Wow, this movie's flying by quickly. We only got 22 minutes left in it. Interesting. Okay. Well, the reptile-like creature is done. Okay. She's really able to call them. That's kind of cool. What about the eye, though? Oh, they broke free the cages. Okay. Are they gonna revolt? Little creatures are gonna be able to square up here? Wow, the creatures from all over came to help her. That's kind of cool. How are they gonna help her out of the device, though? She's even breaking free? Interesting. Well, what's gonna happen, though? They're gonna kill him, almost certainly, because that doctor was experimenting on them and everything, right? Yep. The creatures revolted. Woodland creatures assemble! Kind of reminds me of, Anchorman 2? I don't think anybody has seen that. Okay, so that she saved her. None of her essence was drained. Well, that's it for the good doctor. Well, fuck around and find out. He fucked around with those animals for way too long. Oh, that's a good plummet shot there. I would have liked to have seen him burn in, but it is a children's film, right? Oh, they are linked together. That just proves it. So they are linked. When one of them dies from one side, the other one dies as well. So I guess that's why they're trying to reunite. Ooh, interesting. Their fates are linked. Okay, so she got free. Thanks to the woodland creatures. It looks like only a drop of her essence was drained. At best. Too late? How's it too late? How will the Skeksis have power? How is it too late? Very soon the suns will merge? Okay. So they gotta get to Jin, so he can do whatever they're gonna do with the crystal. Uh-oh, that's not good. So the suns, those suns are gonna merge in the sky, okay. And the Mystics are taking their sweet, sweet, slow time to get there. I guess they're the older, wiser of the races, so it makes sense that they would take a little bit longer to traverse the land. Alright, so what's gonna happen here? Jin is still okay. But he's gonna eventually run into the Emperor, right? Well, if that creature keeps, like, barking, they're gonna get into a serious amount of trouble here. Oh, that's not good. What's gonna happen? Alright. He's gonna find a creature, maybe? This is usually the common trope where you turn on the light, and there's, like, this big, evil creature right behind you that's ready to kill you. It's a common trope in all movies. I'm expecting to see that trope in this movie. Remember, I've never seen the movie before, first time I'm ever seeing it. For those coming in late. Yeah, I knew it! The trope. The creature's behind. Is it all the scarab? Yeah, it is. Well, you're gonna have a problem. How are you gonna be able to get out of this one, Jin? Ooh, he's getting flung around like a ragdoll, literally. Interesting mix of puppetry and man and suit effects here to be able to pull this off. Oh. They broke through an area. Is he gonna have to go through there? He is. Oh, the scarab. Oh, but he's at the bottom level of the crystal. Is that really wise? Oh. He's gonna have to climb up all that stuff. Is he gonna be able to do it? Looks like a quarry of some sort. Nice transition in the shots, too. So he's got to climb all the way up there. If he falls, it's GG, game over for our hero. Meanwhile, the Mystics are still making... you know, for a slow race, they seem to travel quite a bit. Okay, climb. Climb, Jin, climb. Climb if your life depended on it right now. Because if not, you're gonna get GG'd. Alright. That little creature is rolling around, too. So at some point, I'm assuming Jin and Kira are gonna have to, like, converge to probably take out the crystal together, I would assume. And there's no one around there, so... oh, he climbed up there through the destroyed area. Oh! She finally got free. No time. So tell him what he has to do with the crystal. Where is she? Where did she go? To meet up with the evils? The Skelligs? So what's gonna happen when this great conjunction happens? I guess conjunction means usually to merge, right? So I guess this means the great merge of the two races? Are they just gonna let them go by? No, clearly they're not. So how are they gonna get free here? Are they gonna use their mystic powers to be able to get them to move out of the way? That would be kind of cool. Yeah, they're able to! Interesting. They have just as much power over this castle and domain as the Skelligs. So why didn't they try to save the day and merge with each other a lot sooner, I wonder? Why wait thousands of years for this land to be, like, fallen into decay and, you know, a decrepit state? Why have people died? Like, there's a lot of questions that are unanswered here. Alright. Well, he's got to meet up with Kara. Where's Kara? Is she getting taken prisoner again, maybe? Okay, so I found the crystal. But how's he gonna get to it? That's the question. Is he gonna drop down there? He's gonna have opposition up the wazoo with the Skelligs. Almost certainly at this point. He doesn't have much time because the sun is almost about to merge too. Okay, so Kara was trying to find a way in too, but she had no crystal on hand, right? Is this gonna be Jin that she reunites with, or is it gonna be the Emperor? Looks like the Emperor. Multiple of the Skelligs. How many of them are traversing? Looks like the whole pack is there. Probably because the crystal's calling to them, right? Because they want this convergence thing to happen, I suppose, right? The conjunction, as it's called. So then, and they were like creatures of the crystal, right? They're constantly being called to. So it should be interesting what's going to happen here for the climax. Okay, so they're already meeting up in this area. He's trying to go for the crystal, so... he doesn't have much time here, guys. He's gotta go. He's gotta go, and he's gotta go fast. Alright. Yeah, go do your mission, bro. Yeah, put an end to this dark crystal if you can. Okay. You better hurry. You don't got much time. Go, Jin, go. And the shard's glowing. Do you know what you have to do with it? Does it make sense? I think he understands what he has to do. I guess he has to put it on it. Will he survive putting the crystal, though, on that? I wonder, guys. I don't know. And he's got to deal with the Emperor here, too. I mean, the Emperor probably pick up a sword, maybe, or something. I don't know. How's he going to do this? Feels like the odds are insurmountable at this point. He's glaring on. I mean, ideally, he should have put that crystal on before they converged on that scene, because now you're going to have all of them. What are you going to do? Talk them to death? They're not going to be afraid of you. Well, some of them will be afraid of you. Some of them won't. They're in a trance. Definitely this crystal is summoning them to... Like, and remember the beginning of the movie? When they were all kind of converging on this crystal and waiting to see? And, like, their eye beams were happening and stuff, so I think it's going to happen again. Oh, he sees Kara. Look at that. Kara's on the opposite end. So what's she going to do? Is she going to have to maybe cause a distraction for him to be able to do something here? Good puppetry there, too. Nice mid-shot there. That's nice. It shows the distance, too, between them. Like, they're so close yet so far. Man in suit there for that particular effect. That's why they chose the wide shot, not to give the effect away too much. Uh-oh, it's almost happening. You better hurry up. Better jump on that and stab the crystal in there if you can. Oh, they'll live forever if this happens. Oh, that'd be bad. You gotta stop the evil. Is he gonna have to sacrifice his life to do this? I wonder. Oh boy, they gotta figure something out. Oh, there's the distraction, maybe? Chamberlain spotted her. Well, that might be exactly what they need right now. It's too late. They know she's here. So they're gonna go after her. Which might give them enough time to merge the crystal, perhaps. Oh, did they notice both of them? Yep, they noticed both of them. That damn Chamberlain. The Chamberlain really screwed them up. He's gonna have to jump to get to that crystal. There's no other choice right now, bro. Because what are you gonna do? You can't throw it. If you throw it and you miss, it's over. Uh-oh. Are those creatures gonna join him, or are they not? He needs the help of the Mystics right now, because that's the only way he's gonna be able to get out of this. How else are you gonna be able to survive? Oh, he jumped! I called it! But he dropped the crystal. That's terrible. Well, it looks like it's game over for our hero. Oh, man. Oh! The little dog thing bit his hand. I wasn't expecting that. But he's got one shot at this crystal. Oh, that poor creature died. That's so lame. Is she gonna save him? Is she gonna go for the crystal and throw it? She has no choice. She better think faster on her feet. Throw it. Throw it. Kira, you gotta do something quickly. Throw it. Throw it to Jin. She threw it? Yeah, throw it. Throw it. Uh-oh. That's bad. Don't trust them, because we know the Chamberlain can't be trusted. No, can't sacrifice themselves. She's gonna sacrifice her life for him to be able to save the day, I think. Oh, she got killed! I wasn't expecting that. Oh my god, it's Tifa from Final Fantasy VII all over for me. Trauma. She got stabbed. She's dying. Oh no, that sucks, man. I already experienced one trauma in Final Fantasy VII when Tifa was stabbed by Sephiroth. Now I've experienced a brand new trauma to add to my life. You better do something now. Merge it. Merge it. If not, it's gonna be too late. Hurry up. Hurry up, Jin. Stop them. They can't be eternally. Okay, he put them in place. Is he gonna die too? I'd be sad if they both die. Okay. This crystal merged. So what's gonna happen? Are they gonna die now? Are they gonna fade into the crystal again? But Kira's dead, so... everything for nothing. She's dead. They're running away, because I guess they're... What's happening with them? Oh, the evil is dissipating, so that's interesting. But she sacrificed her life to save the day. Are they gonna try to break the crystal again, I wonder? Well, the crystal's definitely falling apart. Not falling apart, but destroying the castle, too. But she's dead. The shaman are coming in, too, now, so I wonder what's gonna happen. The whole castle's coming apart. Is everybody gonna die and the world's gonna just get recreated again? That's what I'm thinking. Thinking that's probably what's gonna end up happening. They're afraid of the shamans, why? Well, is the castle being reformed into a castle of light, maybe? Because you notice how the light is shining upon it? Interesting. Interesting, interesting. And she's just walking around like she's fine with whatever's going on. Aren't you gonna die too? What's that sound? Is the creature still alive? She's gonna save the day for the creature? That's interesting. She's gonna save the day too? If the creature survives and Kira is dead, like, I gotta be salty over that. He's shedding tears. He did his mission, but he lost the last of his people. Oh. The castle's turning into a light castle. That's kind of cool. Nice contrast. So it's like darkness had befallen the land and now the light is returning. Interesting message in terms of storytelling. Maybe America needs, like, the Dark Crystal to be, you know what, reunited. Kind of an interesting contrast there, too. Right? I don't like to get political, but... Alright. What's gonna happen here? Oh, it's hot. Very, very hot today here in the city. Yeah, the whole castle's falling apart. Isn't it interesting? A little bit dragged out the scene, though, I will say. Just a tad bit dragged out here. Uh-oh. Well, looks like whatever's happened. Oh, they went into a certain place. Oh, they're gonna remerge with themselves. Okay. I knew they were connected. I knew it was a yin and yang type thing. Good and evil split itself because of the crystal being disrupted. So I'd like to see what's gonna happen here. Are they gonna merge and create new creatures, or are they gonna merge and disappear? They're merging. Okay. Are they gonna form into new creatures, or are they gonna disappear? Looks like they're merging. Oh, they became, like, spiritual shaman type things. So that the good and the evil formed together to become a new creature. But what about her? She's dead. So the prophecy has been fulfilled. So he did their job. But why did the crystal break? Because we never truly knew. Was it one of these creatures went rogue? Yeah, so now what happens? Light's restored to the land, but at what cost? At what cost? But she died for her, the cause. Is he gonna ask if they can bring her to life? That's man in suits there. Oh, so we're gonna know what happens with the crystal. So they shadowed the crystal themselves? Why? Because they weren't happy. Maybe they had a fighting amongst themselves. Interesting. So, Jin restored balance to the world. So it's no longer the Dark Crystal. Oh, are they going to restore her to life? Oh, so she's like his good part too. Are they going to merge together? That would be kind of a cop-out. Just bring her alive. Don't merge them together to form like a new creature. I'd be kind of a little bit upset by that, if that were the case. Okay, she's coming back to life, clearly. Alright, a happy ending, okay. He gets the love of his life. She's back. She sacrificed her life for a cause that she didn't even really, you know what, have any stake in. So, the Crystal of Truth is just gonna stay in the temple? how are you going to make the temple the world over? It's like Adam and Eve in a way between these two, right? So are they going to be like repopulate society and their race is going to become whole again? Interesting, interesting, interesting. And they went back into the crystal from where they came. Interesting. What was a happy ending, right? The world can be born anew. It's kind of a little biblical in a way, right? I wasn't expecting it to get that kind of like biblical. Wow. And so the two lovers are left to build the world however they see fit. I guess using the power of the crystal. Look at the tower. It's actually a tower in light now. And the land is like all green and the waters and life restored. That's cool. Alright, that was the credits. Oh, Jen, I pronounce Jin in this film, was actually voiced by Jim Henson. Kira A. Geffling was Catherine Mullen. Frank Oz, who we know as Yoda, was the Keeper of Secrets. Frizzo, Friendly Monster, David Gols. The Skelix, Masters of the Dark Crystal Chamberlain, was played by Frank Oz. Frank Oz does an amazing job. Like, he's not just Yoda. He does so many different voice acting. Like, him and Frank Welker, I think, are probably some of the best voice actors, personally, in my opinion, in the business. There's a couple of up-and-comer voice actors and actresses that I kind of follow some of their work. Hopefully they get more work in the future. I don't want to name drop anybody in particular, but there's somebody I'd like to see her return to anime voice acting if she ever gets the chance, because I really did like a lot of her work when I did actually do a bit of research on them. Chamberlain, Barry Denon. These were the puppet performers. So it was like man in suits and animatronics for them. Same with the Mystics. The Podlings were completely puppets. Narrator and Urix, Joseph O'Connor. Copyright 1982. Very small, very short credits. You know... Oh, no, there's more. They fooled me there. Associate producer, Bruce Sharman. Why would the associate producer get the last billing in this film? Usually it's the copyright date and then that. Okay, special effects were done by Roryfield, BSC, Brian Smithies. Is that it? The credits here are so very, very, very weird. Alright, so let us chat about this film a bit, right? So, first off, I'm very curious what the budget of the film was. Remember, I had never seen this film. I didn't know anything about the film. I completely went into this one 100% blind. So, I didn't know the budget. I didn't even know the year it came out. I wasn't even born when this film came out. So, that's one thing. Let's see, the Dark Crystal's budget. The Dark Crystal was made, ironically, on the same budget as Labyrinth. So, it was made for $15 million. Let's see, was the Dark Crystal a success in the box office? Alright, the Dark Crystal was made on $15 million budget. It made in the box office $14.4 million, which means, at the very least, it made its money back and a little bit. But let's see. It was met at the box office with very poor reviews, and it didn't have very good box office result. So it was a film that just kind of broke even and had a modest financial success. It was only in theaters, according to this, for 63 days. So that was only basically in theaters for 2 months and 3 days. So it's interesting. It's considered very groundbreaking. It's definitely underrated. So it's another one of those Jim Henson films that was made for $15 million. It did better than Labyrinth in the box office, but not enough that the studio would have considered it a success. So that's kind of a little bit of a disappointment. Overall, general thoughts on the movie, I liked it. I thought it was a very good movie. I thought it was very entertaining from start to finish. I thought it told a very good story about light and darkness, about how sometimes society breaks apart so that there's good in the world and evil in the world, and that the theme of like having to reunite everything to reshape the world, I like that. That's a very good theme in storytelling. I thought it was very, very well done by Jim Henson and Frank Oz. I like all the characters. I thought all the characters' performances were very believable. I like the Skelix as an evil threat. I wish they kind of did a little bit more themselves, because when the Emperor, the new Emperor, picked up the sword and hit the rock and cut it apart, that was pretty good. That was actually really cool. I thought they were going to be menacing and pick swords and actually have like a battle with Jin in the beginning of the film, or like towards the end of the film. them using the scarabs and doing the dirty work, I got just kind of shows how weak and decrepit they were. I liked the characters of the Mystics. I didn't feel like they did too much. The voyage part, with them just walking around to get to the temple, you know, they didn't really play a major part until the very end of the film, which was kind of cool. Kira's character I really liked a lot. The only nitpick I have with her particular character is the fact that we never really did get to know how she was able to control animals, why the female version of her Rents was able to fly. That's just kind of a random ass pull out of their, you know, they basically pulled that one out of their ass. You know, kind of a convenient plot point. But that's not like something to detract from the movie. Overall, honestly, I would have to give this one, if I were doing a rating for a film, I'd have to say 10 out of 10. There's nothing wrong with this film. It's very well acted. It's got a very good story. It's got a lot of symbolism, a lot of metaphors for modern day society and society back, I guess, in the 1980s time period. All the performances were spot on. The puppetry effects from this day and age, a little bit outdated, obviously, now in 2024 with the special effects, but this movie's like, what, 40-something years old? 42 years old, I would say, right? Because it came out in 82. Yeah, so it'd be like 42-year-old movie. So, but some of the like up-close shots with the puppets, with Ogra and the Skelligs and Jin and Kira, that's still very well done. I like the use of a lot of the wide shots for the film. I thought it was amazing because it always kind of told you this is a grand world. The scope of it, the scale of it, to be able to show the puppet effects. I like the use of the mid shots to kind of like break apart between the practical puppetry effects and animatronics, as well as like the wide shots that were used for the man in suits, because there's definitely some man in suits that were used for the special effects. I like the camera angles for the most part. I mean, outside of like one of the beginning scenes where I felt like the camera cut a little too much, I think it was dynamic camera work. The lighting for this film was very well done. You could always kind of tell like the sun was being simulated, and the moonlight, and the, you know, the clouds in the background, and the lightning storm. Like, all it was well done. It was well placed. It was spot on. A lot of top lighting, which is surprising because that's like a special effect that back in the 80s was kind of unheard of. Back then, like, top lighting would have only been used in the Godfather film. A film I've actually never seen, actually, believe it or not. I know a lot of people get angry at me for that. I've never seen the Godfather. I've only seen the scene where it's like, you come to talk to me at my daughter's wedding with the top light. But top lighting back then was not a good special effect. Like, that would have been considered something you don't really do in the business. It would be like, no. So that the fact that this film was like, nah, fuck that. The Godfather did that. We're going to do that. That's a lot of praise. Honestly, if I had to compare the films that we watched, because we watched, obviously, Dark Crystal today, and we watched last week Labyrinth for the movie watch-along, which is the better of the two films? My sister would probably get very mad at me for saying this, and she would get mad at me for this one. But I would say the Dark Crystal is a much better film than Labyrinth, just because it tells a lot. It's a much better, well-made film. It's a lot more metaphorically speaking, like good and evil, people that are unsung heroes, reluctant heroes, trying to find their place in the world, trying to restore the world. You know what? Evil halves, good halves. The lighting, the storytelling, the sound effects. It's good. I'm not saying Labyrinth's bad. I like Labyrinth just as well because it tells an interesting story of a very selfish girl that learns to grow up and, you know, created this world and everything of the sort, and learns to appreciate her family and the brother. They're good films. They're very different films, which I think is kind of cool because that's something that directors don't really do in this day and age because they're so obsessed on trying to just make like remakes, and you know what, they're trying to make Marvel's films and superhero films and films based on books. So I like the fact that it's interesting. You see, Jim Henson wanted to tell two very dramatically different stories. I feel like the Dark Crystal might be more of a boys film as opposed to Labyrinth, which is more supposed to be a girl's film. So there's interesting contrasts to that. And then obviously, then he has the Muppets films, right? Where, you know, Muppets Big Caper, what is the other one? Muppets Take Manhattan, which I'm a big fan of Muppets Take Manhattan, believe it or not. Fraggle Rock, it's interesting. Jim Henson man, like, he was a really talented man, a very good director. It's a shame that Jim Henson Studios is up for sale right now by Disney. If I had a lot of money, which I don't, unfortunately, because obviously VTubers don't make a lot of money in this day and age unless you're signed to a big corporation, even though I don't think I'd be able to afford to buy Jim Henson Studio, I would love to buy that studio because there's so many things that you could probably do in today's modern day technology with the use of practical puppetry as well as CGI to make it really good. Maybe at some point we'll watch maybe one of the Muppets films, but we're not going to do that next week. So next Friday, we're ditching the child films in a way. We're going back to some very, very dark films. Next week, we're going to watch Terrifier, another movie that I've never actually seen. It's a very gory, graphic horror film. I will actually tell you right now where it's available, because obviously, like with all movie watch-alongs, I cannot stream the movie. I can only, obviously, react to the movie. So, Terrifier 1 is actually available on Peacock, Roku, Xumo Play, which I've never heard of, Pluto TV, Fandango, Plex, Amazon Prime Video, Google Play for $2.99, Apple TV $3.99, and Tubi. So, you know, you can watch it that way. I will be watching a version of the film that does not have commercials, so keep that in mind in case you're trying to sync up with me. But anyway, that's all the time that we got for today's movie watch along. Tomorrow, 9 a.m. Eastern, I will be playing Yu-Gi-Oh! Master Duel. We're going to be jumping in. I'm going to be experimenting with the Horus deck, pure Horus deck, not with the Black Wings, because I want to try a little bit different of a deck. So instead of Minecraft, I'll probably put Minecraft on the schedule for next week, which will be out on Sunday, 7 p.m. Eastern, and we'll figure things out from there. But anyway, that's going to do it for this movie watch along. I hope you enjoyed it. Thank you for hanging out with me. Thank you to everybody in the chat. Thank you to all the lurkers, chatters, everyone. I do greatly appreciate it. And most importantly, I appreciate you. See you tomorrow, 9 a.m. Eastern for Yu-Gi-Oh! Master Duel.